Romans didn't wash their faces in the morning and had breakfast with a glass of water. A typical Roman day started with the sunrise. Romans tried to maximize the use of daylight. Breakfast in ancient Rome was a minor meal. It was typically eaten at dawn. It wasn't considered important, so it didn't call for a family gathering. Poor people could eat some bread or some fruit. They would dip their bread in some watered wine. Rich Romans could have some eggs or meat for breakfast, but normally they would only drink water. Romans believed only one meal per day was enough. Eating more was considered a form of gluttony. Romans had a drink called Pascha. It was consumed by plebs, workers, and soldiers. They could not afford Falernian wine, so they mixed vinegar with water. Some generals and emperors also drank Pascha, but they did it either out of austerity or for show. Water was not always safe to drink from wells. The cleanest water was from fountains in Rome, but not all people had access to them. Vinegar helped Romans purify water and kill bacteria. Pascha was believed to provide strength. It might have been sweetened with a bit of honey. It was sometimes flavored with a few spices. Vinegar water was effective at quenching thirst. Pascha also had an effect similar to energy drinks. Vinegar gave Romans stimulants and nutrients. Honey provided them with energy from the sugars, so Pascha effectively alleviated exhaustion and stress. Roman elites had vinegar on the table during banquets. Diners dipped bread in vinegar. They used it to clean their palates between courses. This was believed to aid digestion. Romans split the daylight period into 12 equal segments. They used a sundial to monitor the sun's position. The duration of a Roman hour varied. It was shorter in winter and longer in summer. The day was anchored around sunrise, noon, and sunset. Further division of time occurred within these intervals. The morning was the most hectic period of the day. Upon waking up, Roman children wouldn't wash their faces. They put on a protective amulet. First thing in the morning, a boy would wear a bulla that resembled a locket. Girls had lunulas, shaped like a crescent moon. They safeguarded the kids from danger. These pendants were either worn around the neck or they were carried in a tiny leather pouch. Early hours were dedicated to social visits. This ritual was known as salutatio. People of lower classes visited their higher status patrons. A man could be both a patron and a client. Clients offered their respects or sought favors. In return, patrons gave them food or money in a basket. These exchanges occurred in the patron's atrium. Both parties wore togas for the formal interaction. Clients often accompanied their patrons in public. This demonstrated the patron's influence and status. The women of the house went to the market in the morning. They could be accompanied by a slave. The wealthy elite was transported in a litter. It was a type of portable bed. They wouldn't encounter wheeled traffic in the streets. Such vehicles were prohibited until nighttime.